Hello friends, Kevin here, and today we are in Akihabara. That's right, the anime district of Japan, and this place is absolutely incredible for shopping. A lot of people say that you can't find a deal out here anymore, but that is a lie. There are tons of places, and there are so many floors in between those places. If you stay just ground level, you're going to find nothing. You're going to want to crawl up these buildings and go up to the 7th floor if you have to. You will find deals. And let me show you some of the places that we went to visit and some of the stuff that we bought. Take a look here. Every single Amiibo that you've ever wanted is available and stock is aplenty. This is just a fraction of the Nintendo section of a big camera. This place is absolutely huge and every single Amiibo reprint is located here. And a floor underneath that, if you're into streaming and into streaming gear, this place is packed with microphones, streaming software, PCs, cool electronics overall, and Kat was here on the hunt for a new headset and a brand new controller. And boy oh boy, were we not expecting the variety. Not only the variety, but the ability to actually try on all of these headsets and try these controllers hands-on. If you're visiting Akihabara, intend to spend an entire day just going around these shops because there's actually so much to do here. And if you're looking for one item, well, I suggest starting here first, trying all the items, and then price comparing across all the other shops available in Akihabara. The try before you buy mentality out here in the West is not really a thing. Everything comes prepackaged and they don't really have demo models for anything. I often find myself just blindly buying a controller or headset that I think I would like based on good reviews, and then finding out that they're, not great. Here I know what I'm buying. But this for our tablets.
Yes.
Now, one of my all-time favorite places to shop are the used goods stores such as Trader and Book Off. These places are hobby shops where people trade in their used goods and you can get them at a fraction of the cost. Japanese people tend to keep everything in such a pristine condition. You'll find classic NES, Famicom games, Sega Mega Drive games, and more at extremely reasonable prices in comparison to their Amazon, eBay, or Yahoo counterparts. Here's a copy of 007 complete in box for 7,500 yen. And just to give you an idea of what the conversion rate is, I'll put it up here on the top left corner. For every, let's say, 100 Japanese yen, it's about $1 Canadian. I do tend to get a little bit wild when I go through game shops and start buying everything I possibly can. One of my biggest spends is physical copies of Famicom games and N64 titles, so I go a little crazy whenever I see them. But here you go, Paper Mario, 3,400 yen. Mario Party 2, about 2,400 yen, which is kind of expensive. I can get it as low as $15 usually. Iggy's Wrecking Balls was crazy though, 176 Canadian dollars for Iggy's Wrecking Balls. Wild. Great game though. A lot of the AAA Nintendo games are a lot more affordable, but when it comes to things that are more popular in the West, such as Star Wars Pod Racers, those start to get a little pricey. That was about 130 Canadian dollars for Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. Now I'm in the Super Famicom section, and here is Mother 2, 5,580 Japanese yen, or about 55 Canadian bucks. And here is a title you don't see very often, Go-Go Ackman 3. That, 13,300 yen, or about 130 Canadian dollars. Great game. Also, the thing I like about this specific traders is they have an entire Pokemon section. If you're looking for a specific Pokemon game, you don't have to worry. They have absolutely every single one of them. Now, the prices are fair, a little bit less than eBay pricing for the most part, but if you want a better deal, obviously, you're going to have to do a little bit of hunting. And if it's your final day in Japan, I recommend just going to a trader's to just pick up whatever left that you need to pick up. You won't find many shops out there that have the Learn with Pokemon typing adventure for the DS with the included keyboard readily available with multiple copies. Unless you're going to this trader in Akihabara. No matter what system you're looking for, there's tons of shops available in this area that are just going to carry what you want. From the Famicom Disk System to the TurboGrafx 16 to boxed Game Boy Advance games or classic Game Boy games. If you do a little bit of digging, I'm sure you'll find what you want. Here's a copy of Mother 1 and 2 for the Game Boy Advance. And one of my favorite games, WarioWare. Bought all the games but don't have the system? Don't worry about it. They also sell consoles. Also, tons of limited edition consoles as well, and modded versions of the consoles. So if you ever wanted a USB Type-C charging Game Boy, you can get one here. And please, do not skip out on the more recent titles. They're a lot more affordable here at Traders than at your local GameStop. The average used game price in Canada is about 60 Canadian dollars or $90 for a new title. As opposed to here, you can get used titles for about 15 Canadian dollars up to about like 45 Canadian dollars. And buying new games as well is just cheaper to get in Japan. They all play in English. Just to give you an example, at my local Best Buy, if I wanted to get a copy of Mario Party Jamboree, 80 Canadian dollars before taxes. Or if I get it out here in Japan, it is ba-boom! I save about 20 bucks right there. Alright, I just bought a bunch of games. Now it's time for me to do a little bit of figure hunting. Look at these soft mates. This One Piece figure. These Pokemon figures. We are on the way to Book Off, but before we stop at Book Off, look at these Demon Slayer mice. What? Just passing by an electronics shop and I saw this display. All of these mice are absolutely incredible. I want all of them. I really do. I think these were about $80 a piece. Crazy. Akihabara during the daytime can get quite busy, so we do recommend just come a little bit past supper time. The crowds are a lot more manageable. It's a lot easier to shop. Now, if you are a fan of books, manga, anime figures, Book Off is the place to be. They do sell video games as well, but the big draw for me to go into a Book Off is all of the collectible figures. A lot of people will win these in crane machines and then drop them off here, and then you can get them for relatively cheap. Look at these Dragon Ball figures, 2,500 yen a piece, and all of these Demon Slayer figures in abundance. Crazy affordable, and you know, forget spending all of your money in the claw machines. Spend it all at Book Off. Here is a complete in-box Nintendo 64 for 11,000 yen. And right on top of that, Kirby Return to Dreamland for 1,100 yen. And one of my favorite games, Puyo Puyo. But I'm getting sidetracked. I need more figures. Look at all these My Hero Academia figures. So, shopping in Akihabara. You can still find a great deal absolutely anywhere you go. We're gonna go eat some pepper lunch and call it a day. And I gotta bring all these bags back. But here are just some of the pickups that I got while out in Akihabara tonight. Some of the video games. And I think just in video games here I spent less than 120 Canadian dollars. And then all of the figures that I ended up buying. I didn't show which store I bought all of these at, but I did go a little bit overboard. Oh boy. Thanks for watching. For more food, travel, gaming, and more, give us a subscribe. And we'll see you all on the next one. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Bye for now.